Hey guys, Coach Scott here. Wanted to go ahead and make a quick video to intro and while at the same time wrap up the Eat Healthy Fats habit that started on Monday, and just to give you a quick overview of the habit itself. So here we go. So the first thing is eat healthy fats. We're at habit number 7. The main thing to look at here is know your fats, and I think on the surface most of you guys are going to be pretty familiar with this. So olive oil, coconut oil. These are going to be your flax or hemp seed oils, canola oil, things like that. Um, then your omega-3 oils from things like fish and algae. It's going to come in butter, olives, avocado, and or guacamole, nuts, nut butters, peanuts, natural peanut butter, and your various seeds, chia, hemp, flax, etc., etc. So main thing with these is know your serving size based on what your goal is or why you're here. You've got 1 thumb of fat from the tip of the thumb to the base of the thumb here for fat loss, 2 thumbs of fat tip to base for muscle gain is your serving size, okay? And initially, I'm not a big measuring food kind of thing. I'm more of an eyeballing, but initially, like I posted early in the week, really get a feel for what that thumb size serving looks like and actually put your thumb down in some guacamole or some peanut butter. Wash your hands first. But really get an idea what that looks like because we can get too large with these portions very easily and it be completely inadvertent. So watch out there. Again, eat healthy fats at most meals. We're not looking for you to do it at every single one, just like you may not feel like smart carbs at every single meal, maybe a second serving of vegetables instead. Same thing applies here. Try to get it at most meals. If you miss one, again, we're not looking for perfection, nor is it necessary. Same thing with, like I said, smart carbs and healthy fats make meals taste so much better. This is now where this debunks the myth where folks think eating quote unquote healthy doesn't have to be tasty, not enjoyable. When you're adding in your smart carbs from the last 2 weeks and now your healthy fats, there really isn't any reason food shouldn't be tasting good. So really enjoy your food. Again, this is part of that whole sustainable journey, lifelong endeavor that is missed out in most other tracks, directions, and programs. Okay. Be creative. Just have fun with different types of fats, different combinations of fats, um, and different cooking methods with your fats too. Okay, and we'll talk about that a little bit more here in just about probably 35 seconds. Multiple benefits of taking in fats, of course. You can read through this in the lesson, I believe, from Thursday. Recovery, um, help nourish the brain, the eyes, the skin, the hair. Absorption of vitamin E, I'm sorry, not vitamin E, vitamin A, vitamin D, vitamin K, your quote unquote fat soluble vitamins. Um, Huge for cell membrane health, specific to insulin sensitivity, blood sugar balance, and so on and so forth. Um, Muscle building and virility, like the one lesson talks about performance in the bedroom and testosterone and masculine based hormones, among others, obviously are going to be facilitated with eating consistent healthy fat sources. And then, like I said, healthy skin and hair, more of that aesthetic look as well. So definitely good benefits there. As always across the board, rather start simple, focus on the quality of the fat source, focus on the quantity of the fat source, and then focus on the consistency of it. So quality, portion, and the consistency and execution of that habit with your meals itself. Um, and again, this really should be a fun habit, truthfully. And I don't foresee a lot of you guys having trouble with it, other than just some housekeeping questions, which I've been addressing. Look forward to more. Review Wednesday's lesson on how to prep and use healthy fats. This is just some great ideas on how to get it in breakfast, lunch, dinner, desserts, integrated in throughout your day in different ways, shapes, and forms. And again, just be creative and have fun with it. If you want to have avocado 3 times a day in the form of 3 thumbs or 4 thumbs, do that. If you want to mix it up with chia seeds and peanut butter and more avocado and then olive oil and coconut oil, do that. Be creative with it. What makes fats healthy? They're naturally occurring and minimally processed. You should start kind of hearing a theme here now with the various quote unquote macronutrients we've been talking about. So look to get plenty of your natural occurring non-processed healthy fats. What makes them potentially unhealthy? Well, we want to minimize trans fats and any of your industrial fats, um, specifically in vegetable and seed oils. Read labels and just be aware of where these are hiding. They're mostly going to be in processed goods or things that can keep for a long time or have a long shelf life. and again, most of your processed goods. And you can read that list, some of those lists on the lesson for that day. But pie crusts and quote unquote healthy granola bars and protein bars, cookies, pastries, crackers, ketchup, things like that. Um, Look for the terms partially hydrogenated or vegetable shortening or things like that is kind of what you're looking for as a clue. There might be some trans fats in there. Avoid them as much as possible. Is it going to be possible to avoid them completely? Probably not, but do your best. Again, we're eating along that continuum that we're always talking about. Omega 3s in general are found in a few types of nuts and seeds, flax seeds, chia seeds, walnuts, things like that. More plentiful though in your marine life, so your cold water fish, your algae, your shellfish, and things like that. What do omega 3s do for you? Heart and brain health, lower inflammation, improve communication from cell to cell. That's what I'm talking about with the glucose regulation. Joint mobility, help decrease body fat, help increase lean tissue and facilitate recovery. And like I said, metabolic and anabolic hormone health. And there's strong evidence for improved blood lipid levels, reduce some symptoms of depression and anxiety, reduce some symptoms of ADHD and hyperactivity disorders, and regulate metabolism and blood sugar, like I talked about. And then lastly, and again with those benefits, the list obviously goes on and on and on. There's just more stronger evidence for a lot of those ones that I mentioned, than a lot of the other stuff out there. But cancer prevention, it's all going to come to the forefront at some point. Um, Favor fish oil for a supplement, fish-based supplements and oils over your more plant-based supplements and oils for getting omega-3s, if at all possible. Specifically for the EPA and DHA. You're going to get the ALA as well, but as you'll see here in a second, our body does not convert those to EPA, DHA, which are the active forms that we need, as nearly as efficiently as well as it needs to. So get it in from fish oil and more marine animal based sources if you can. Um, Again, our bodies don't do very well converting krill, algae, flax, or chia to EPA or DHA. It's a good step in the right direction. Remember, not always perfect, but more ideal would be the EPA and the DHA via your marine sources, fish oils, things like that. Cook with healthy fats. Just remember that different fats do well at different temperatures. You got your low, medium oil, low, high, and medium temperature oils and cooking solutions that you need to pay attention to. Check that out in the lesson how to cook with. I think that's from actually today, if I'm not mistaken, Friday. And then experiment with cooking with different types of oils. Make your own nut butters. Make your own salad dressing. This is fun. The PN site and the PN books have a ton of different salad dressing recipes and things like that. And lastly, and probably most importantly, be adventurous. Have fun with the different combinations. Think outside the box. Try new things. And don't be afraid to be that guy, the one who can make his own salad dressings, who asks the chef to cook with the coconut oil instead of the olive oil or some sort of trans fat based oil. But again, don't be afraid to be that guy, because you're gonna set some tones. You're gonna get somebody to follow you. You're probably gonna save someone's life in the long run by just making little changes like that with these oils and even with your carbs, just to be honest with you. So to close with, we now have a complete plate. You've got your 1 to 2 thumbs of fat. You got your 1 to 2 cupped handfuls of smart carbs. You've got your 2 fists of vegetables, and now you have your 1 to 2 palms of protein. So you guys now have all your macronutrients, all your ingredients to what a plate should look like each time you eat, or what should be involved in a super shake when you make it, or a snack if you want to call it, versus a mini meal or what have you. So now what we have, whether you're looking for fat loss or muscle gain, you have the food pieces, the food ingredients in place now. They're there. It's going to get the job done for you, again, regardless of what direction that you're going. So now we need to focus on consistency, going back to making time, making sure you're prepping it, and making sure you're mindful overall in your meal and your plate preparation and execution, whether you're doing at home or out in restaurants or so on and so forth. But again, always looking to do your best. But always keep that in mind. You know how to build a proper plate now and what it should entail, not only with the type of macronutrient, but the portion now. So mindfully be aware of that each and every time you have an eating opportunity. And let's talk about obstacles, barriers, questions, or other issues that you're experiencing there. But a lot of you guys were asking for nutrition stuff early in the program. Now you've got it. Let's build upon that, get the consistency in, and get rolling from there. So that'll wrap up the video from there. I look forward to the one-on-ones the rest of this week and next week. And you guys have a great weekend. Check out my post on mindfulness over the weekend too on Facebook. Thanks, Phil. Bye.